really do not understand why everybody is so surprised that Krishan Rock's baby might be autistic. Did she not smoke throughout her pregnancy and drink, allegedly, and hid it from us? Well, it's not alleged anymore because Blueface Mama came out and said, we saw her drinking. People made a baby together. That's what it looked like. He don't look like my son. He do not have Johnson's eyes. Johnson's eyes are not spread apart. Johnson's eyes are close together. Y'all can't ask me about nobody's babies that I don't have. No, I don't have nothing. I ain't got nothing to say. All I know is they don't look like my family. They don't look like. He don't look nothing like my kids. Because he look like Damon Owen. He don't look like my son. Sean don't look like his daddy. Johnson barely look like his daddy. He might have my little lip thing, but that's about it. All of that came from her side of the family. That baby look just like her and her people. They even got his grandmother. You feel me? So it's like, for you to talk about somebody's babies, but baby eyes being far apart, it's okay. He's never gonna miss you. He don't know you. So it's cool. That's why he got his grandfather downstairs and my parents in Baltimore. It's weird how you his grandmother. I can name 3 celebrities that's not related to my child. They talked about my child as if like we supposed to be alright because you call my baby. I'm tired of y'all using me just for crying. Fuck y'all. Crazy because my mother know all this. Like she was the one that cried on the phone. I was like, Krishan, you need to get yourself together and then deal with him on your terms and your power so you and that baby won't be affected, right? When my mother told me to do all that, I did all that. You, on the other hand, when I was going through that shit with your son, you were picking up lines just to talk about him. So I don't want to hear this. Oh, I want to see Junior, but I want to talk about Junior. Like, that is crazy. You need to fucking, I don't know. You can't even call your son and say, hey, son, that's not it. That's off limits. Hey, son, you can't even call your son. You know why? You can't call your son, bro. They tell you a lot, bro. Toxic. And that's nobody fault. But what? My fault. You know why? Because I allowed it. When I stopped allowing it, when I started getting my I got my respect back. And when I got my respect back, now we can focus on being in love. What the fuck? It's that simple. You can't teach him that. And you his mom. You can't teach him. He don't like you. And she drank. And because I hear the cry and I see what y'all see, I do feel like there could be some type of neurological problem. I do see that. I'm not blind and I'm not dumb. I'm not fixing to play blind or dumb. I'm prepared. I'm prepared to go get my matching helmet with my baby if he need a helmet. That's not the same as you calling somebody. Okay? That's not, we don't even use that word anymore. Remember, they took the word out. Well, Rashawn doesn't want to show the baby's face. Because she's now feeling a kind of way because people are saying he looks weird. Well, guess what? He doesn't look that weird to me. As a matter of fact, a lot of kids look unusual when they're that little. They grow into themselves. They grow into their face. The first couple of months, you really can't go by how a child is going to look by the first couple of months. They got to get past that 6 months or maybe within that, the 6 month range, 4 to 6 months, for them to really start looking like who they're going to be looking like in the future. So if he's 6 months now and he looks this way, well, that's how he's going to look. But my point is, he don't look weird because he have wide set eyes. A lot of people have wide set eyes. As a matter of fact, if you guys look at Krishan Rock real good, she's got wide set eyes. Okay? God made us all different. Who is to say that our eyes are supposed to be narrow? Where is it written? That child looked the way God intended him to look. And like I said before, he's going to be a very handsome child and a grown man. When he grows up, he's going to be very handsome. Mark my word. But you guys got to see firsthand how Clarissa flip-flops. A couple of months ago, she was chastising everyone on the internet and telling them, don't you dare call my grandson no type of words or no type of names, and don't you dare say that he cries like a cat, and don't you say this and that. And now she is saying the same thing. Now she's saying, well, I saw what you guys saw, but you didn't see it a couple of months ago when you were cussing everybody out. So she's a flip-flopper. Okay? She needs to encourage her daughter-in-law, whether she wants to say she's the daughter-in-law or not, she is, because Krishan have a child by Blueface or with Blueface. So she is her daughter-in-law. Whether she likes her or not is beside the point. At this point, they need to do the best thing for the baby. Early intervention is key, like I said before. So she needs to stop chasing the internet and getting clicks and views with all these statements and all these antics and the cussing and all, and do something good for her grandson. If Krishan is in denial, because I believe she's in denial, because for her to take the child to get DNA testing, maybe she already did. Who knows? Because she's not saying a whole lot. We are assuming the child haven't been tested, but maybe the child have been tested and she knows the deal. But if she haven't gotten the child tested, she really should take the child in. Early intervention is key. And another thing, Miss Krishan, talking about you now, and to you. You're supposed to be making all this money. That's what you told Rack 100. That you're making all this money. Oh, I make more than $20,000 a show. Oh, yeah, I make more than that. So if you're making all of that, how come you had to crawl back into Blueface house? After the previous landlord where you were at told you to move because there was too much destruction in the house. Y'all tore the people's house up, so you had to move. How come you didn't go and get a place of your own? How come you crawled back into Blueface place? If you're supposed to have all this money. Something, the mathin'. In other words, according to Taraji, the math in mathin'. You got all this money, thousands of dollars. Not even thousands, millions of dollars. And you had to crawl back into this man's house. Living with his father. Because according to Blueface's mother, the father is there to watch over the place while he's in prison. So we can understand that, or while he's in jail. We can understand that because you do need the place protected because people will come in and steal everything. But why you have to be there, Miss Krishan? It don't look right to me. It don't look right at all. Yeah, I'm from the old school. He's a man, you're a woman. Do the math, okay? Do the math, people. He's a man, she's a woman. She's supposed to be single, waiting on his son. But we know what can happen in the absence of people. When the cat's away, the mouse will play. And hopefully she's not playing with his daddy. This is all alleged because I don't know for sure, but it didn't look right. It didn't look right to me that she moved in there and the father is living there and they're all bosom buddies and best friends, besties and all. It don't look right to me. First of all, Krishan should have never been there. Okay? He should have never allowed her to live there. Because what's going to happen if somebody drops a little tea in Blueface's ear and say, you know, she's sleeping with your father, Blueface is going to believe it because he don't trust Krishan to begin with. He already told her this. Secondly, she was encouraged to get out of that house by WAC 100. So how come she ended up moving back? Just seems to me that this young woman don't have no type of pride. This man called, WAC 100 called the cops to get you out, and you're going to run right up in there because you claim that your baby is Blueface's baby, so you're going to go live back in the house that you left. And you only went back in the house because that dumb girl who calls herself Jaden Alexis moved out. If Jaden Alexis is still there, you would have never had your foot in there. That's how clever Krishan is. She essentially put it in Jaden Alexis' mind. Let's tear this house up. Blueface NSHIT. You should leave him, girl. The minute that woman left him, then Alexis left him. Guess who came to the other door, the back door? And now she back in the house, the same house she tore up. Convince this woman, oh, we leaving him. We don't want him. Girl, leave him. She is what Betty Wright would call a clean-up woman. That's what Krishan is. She convinced this woman to tear her house up, leave her man. He ain't shit. Leave him, girl. And what does she do? She moved right in the back door, come through the back door to steal that man right up from under her. And Jen and Alexis still think that she was clever in leaving Blueface and she's one up on him. And in fact, she played herself. She played herself out of her position and she looking like a damn fool. So it's not allergic, and we saw her with a bottle. When she was asking for the bottle, asking her sister give her the bottle, and her sister said, damn, another one? You already finished one. Get yourself together. Where the bottle at? Oh my gosh. Drink it. She asked for another bottle. So you got a liquor? Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me. No, you can't have no fucking liquor. You don't want to have a kid? I don't want to have a kid. Get yourself together. Where the bottle at? Oh my gosh. Drink it. She asked for another bottle. So you got a liquor? Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me. No, you can't have no fucking liquor. You don't want to have a kid? I don't want to have a kid. So she was drinking a lot. Because if you finish a bottle by yourself and you asking for another one and you're pregnant, you are deliberately trying to do away with that child. In my mind, as everybody knows, you drink excessively, you can abort. Okay? So she's not a fool to that extent to think that nothing was going to happen to the child. I don't know if you guys forgot, but I haven't forgot. She and Blueface was going back and forth. Should she have an abortion? She wanted a child. They planned on a child. Then he wanted to get rid of it. Then she changed her mind, and this went on for months. Even her mom and her sister was trying to tell her to keep the child. But what I saw was that she was using that fetus as a weapon. I'm going to have the child if I'm with you. If I'm not with you, I'm going to get rid of it. That signaled to me that she really didn't want a baby. She was really having it for Blueface. She wasn't going to have the child to begin with, so she figured she can drink however and whatever and how long and how much without any consequence. But guess what? When she changed her mind, drank to the point where the child came out where there's something wrong. Allegedly, because by observation, the child is not hitting the milestones that the child needs to hit. At 6 months, that baby should be sitting, that baby should be standing, that baby should be doing more than just what the child is doing now. I wonder if he's even rolling over. Is he trying to creep? All those things at 6 months, babies do try to do. And I guess I gotta take God out of it because that wasn't God's doing. That was her doing. She did that. Take 100% blame, Miss Krishan Rock. Don't put it on God. Oh, I don't know what's wrong, but I know that child is 6 months and is not hitting the milestones. Krishan thinks because the child is now saying, that's hitting the milestone. No, honey, that child should be doing a whole lot more, like trying to creep, rolling over, standing. That child don't even stand. If she put that child to stand, the child's legs is buckling. The child can barely hold his head up. He's not grabbing. He should be grabbing toys and grabbing stuff and rolling over and trying to sit. You put him to sit, he should be trying to sit. I know the steps now because I don't have children. So I know what he should be doing at this point. My mother had nearly 12 kids. So I know what they should be doing at this point. My mother's aunt had 24 children. So I know what they should be doing at this point. 6 months. And all he is doing is sleeping, crying, and making a weird sound. A lot of people say it's a cat sound. Sound like a cat. I don't think it sounds that much like a cat. I think it sounds as if he have something going on. I don't know what. But she should take that child in for a checkup and specify to the doctor, I think there's something wrong. I need for you to check for some type of genetic marking to make sure there's nothing wrong genetically. Check the DNA, check the chromosomes. Or she can at least know the diagnosis so there can be a positive prognosis. But you're not going to have a positive prognosis if you don't know what's going on with your child. Early intervention for a better outcome. That's what I say. She should take the child in because it's a concern with a whole lot of people, including his grandma, because we heard Clarissa voicing her opinion. And let me tell you, that Clarissa is shady as hell because she said she never said he was mentally delayed or what was it? Not mentally delayed, retarded. That's the word she used. She said nobody's using the word retarded anymore and she would never call her grandbaby retarded. But guess what, my dear, you did. Because you said, Miss Clarissa, that you're going to be the first one to wear a helmet with him. What does that mean? Everybody knows wearing a helmet is low shade. You pretty much calling the person, the wheels on the bus go wrong and wrong, slow, okay? You're calling them slow. You're calling them retarded, although they're not using that word anymore. That's pretty much what you call that child. And then you had the nerve to say that you didn't call him that. And I know you did, because you said you're going to be the first one to wear a helmet with him. Crazy people made a baby together. That's what it looks like. He don't look like my son. He do not have Johnson's eyes. Johnson's eyes are not spread apart. Johnson's eyes are close together. That's what it looks like. He don't look like my son. He do not have Johnson's eyes. Johnson's eyes are not spread apart. Johnson's eyes are close together. Yo, family. That baby look just like her and her people. Because he don't got his grandmother, you feel me? So it's like, for you to talk about somebody's baby eyes being far apart, it's okay. He's never gonna miss you. He don't know you. So it's cool. That's why he got his grandfather downstairs and my parents in Baltimore. It's weird how you his grandmother. I mean, three celebrities that's not related to my child. They talked about my child as if like we supposed to be alright. You call my baby. I'm tired of y'all using me just for clothes. Fuck you. Crazy because my mother know all this. Like she was the one that cried on the phone. Was like, Krishan, you need to get yourself together and then deal with him on your terms and your power so you and that baby won't be affected, right? When my mama told me to do all that, I did all that. You on the other hand, when I was going through that shit with your son, you were picking up lies just to talk about him. So I don't want to hear this. Oh, I want to see Junior, but I want to talk about Junior. Like, that is crazy. You need to fucking, I don't know. You can't even call your son and say, hey, son, that's not it. That's off limits. Hey, son, you can't even call your son. You know why? You can't call your son, bro. They tell you a lot, bro. And that's nobody's fault. But what? My fault. You know why? Because I allowed it. When I stopped allowing it, when I started getting my I got my respect back. And when I got my respect back, now we can focus on being in love. What the fuck? It's that simple. You can't teach him that. And you his mom. You can't teach him. He don't like you. And she drank. And because I hear the cry and I see what y'all see, I do feel like there could be some type of neurological problem. I do see that. I'm not blind and I'm not dumb. I'm not fixing to play blind or dumb. I'm prepared. I'm prepared to go get my matching helmet with my baby if he need a helmet. That's not the same as you calling somebody. Okay? That's not, we don't even use that word anymore. Remember, they took the word out. And y'all can play dumb all y'all want to. She knows she drank. We know she drank. We know we could see something going on. His daddy see something going on. We know what come with this. We ain't stupid. And we ain't gonna play stupid. And nor will we ever even treat anybody any different if they had a problem or not. Grandparents don't see that. This how the Lord let you come here, then we gonna make you the best of whatever you are. Period. You wouldn't even be having to hide him and hide his face. Give me the baby. I will show his face. I will show him love. I'm still gonna be proud of him no matter how he look. I would never hide one of my kids' face. Something wrong or not. If that's how his face is, that's how his face is. That's the kind of love and confidence that I would already be building in your child right now that you not even knowing you're supposed to be doing. We don't hide our face. We don't hide our kids over here. We flex up. What is you doing? Teaching him that you don't like the way he looked at you. People, whatever people gonna say about how he looked, that's where we build his strength so that he can have his own voice about how he looked. You hiding it ain't gonna make it no better. Well, Krishan doesn't want to show the baby's face. Because she's now feeling a kind of way because people are saying he looks weird. Well, guess what? He doesn't look that weird to me. As a matter of fact, a lot of kids look unusual when they're that little. They grow into themselves. They grow into their face. So if he's 6 months now and he looks this way, well, that's how he's going to look. But my point is, he don't look weird because he have wide set eyes. A lot of people have wide set eyes. As a matter of fact, if you guys look at Krishan Rock real good, she's got wide set eyes. Okay? God made us all different. Who is to say that our eyes are supposed to be narrow? Where is it written? That child look the way God intended him to look. And like I said before, he's going to be a very handsome child and a grown man. When he grows up, he's going to be very handsome. Mark my word. Okay? And then you outright said, and this was a poke that I don't think a lot of people caught, but I caught it. I know how shady that woman is. And she said, Damon, he looks like Damon Omen. But I know what is Damon Omen. If you tell me Damon Omen, the person looks like Damon Omen, that means they look like Damon from The Omen, the movie The Omen. Like if the child needs an exorcist or something. That's what she was implying. His face looked like Damon Omen. Damon from the Omen movie. That's what she said. At least that's what I heard. Look, I could be wrong, but I know how shady she is, and I know she was talking in codes. Just like how she said she was willing to put on a helmet with him. That's talking in codes. That's saying that the child is slow. They ain't calling it what they used to call it before. Retarded. People usually say the child is slow these days. So, Miss Clarissa, you done called your grandbaby slow, retarded. Wheels on the bus go round and around. He's riding a short bus. He looks like if he from the movie, The Omen. He looks like the child who starred in it, Damon, The Omen. That's what his face looks like. Oh, I caught it all, honey. You can't get nothing past me. I was just waiting for you to put your foot in it because I know you're going to call him something and then you're going to retract and say, I didn't say that. Yes, you did. You did say it. I done heard it. And then she went on her little podcast, her little internet, saying that she did say it. And I'm gonna tell you something else, Miss Clarissa. That husband of yours that you love to call out his name and put all your business about this man out there and show your bedroom with him laying in it. He's sick and tired of you, honey. He tired of your antics. He don't care how much money you're bringing in. He tired of exposing all his little business on the internet. And he tired of you and your kids. That's the most important thing. He tired. He don't want to do it anymore. He already told you acting like if they're children. You spoon feeding them. You need to let them be men and women and get out there on their own and do their thing. I heard the conversation you guys were having on the internet, and it sounded to me as if he is getting ready to pack his bags if you're not careful. Listen, you may think you're cute and you all that in a bag of chips, but let me tell you, when a person is tired and good and fed up, they don't care what you look like. You can look like Queen of Sheba. All right? You can look like the best thing since whole wheat bread. And they ain't buying it. He's through with your shenanigans and your kids because it's so dysfunctional, the man can't even think. The man was through, tired and through of all of you delayed people. All right?
Angie, I gotta go behind all these women to try to get in to visit him.
Why? Why you gotta do that? You his mother.
It doesn't. They don't know that. They don't care.
Oh, they do know that.
Babe, it doesn't work like that when you're trying to get.
You just know too much, I think, man.
So when your son was in his situation, you was ready to go to Ohio and hop on a plane.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, that's all I'm doing.
On the visitation for him. God damn, man.
I thought we was about to have some good old fashioned fun.
We can still do that.
I thought you and he. I feel like you just trying to strike up an argument just so you can
I'm just tired of this shit, man. I'm tired.
Well,
God damn, man. Huh? The
you
fuck?
don't think I'm tired?
Huh?
You don't think I'm tired?
Chill out there, relax. Let's go take a vacation or something, man. Hear me? God
to prison.
Yeah.
If we have to
You've
show
been
them,
married 5 years. You've been married 5 years. And then he ain't listen to his wife. He didn't see what she was doing. Damn. What was he doing all this time? He didn't see her paying bills and whatever. I'm tripping. I just wish he could let these kids grow up so we can do our thing.
Now, in terms of Blueface being in jail, Blueface mama, I don't think admitted or have ever admitted, I never heard her say that maybe she's to be blamed for how he turned out. Because any man who is going to go on the internet and put his hand on a woman, and we saw what he was doing with Marsh in the car, telling her that he's taking her to the house to get a beat down by the baby mama who was there at the time. And Marsh would have had to defend herself. Now, he was on probation at the time and was acting a fool when he went and took that baby at 4 o'clock in the morning from the house because he was jealous that Krishan Rock was out doing her thing. Now, she says she was at the studio. We can't prove that she wasn't. But they weren't together at the time, so she was free to do whatever. She had somebody watching the child, somebody who wasn't drunk or anything like that. She was of sound mind, and she was watching her child. She's her good friend. She was paying her to do so. So he had no right going to the house to retrieve the child and say the child don't have a mother. So Blueface mama saw all of that dysfunction. And I don't think she took responsibility for him. Of course, he's grown and he's going to do whatever he wants to do. But anytime your mother put her behind on the internet for the world to see, and let me tell you, it wasn't a good behind, okay? She put her whole behind. It almost took up the whole mirror because it was the reflection of the behind in the mirror. It was a nasty old thing, okay? It looked like a haunted house. That's what it looked like to me. I went screaming. But any mama who can do that to their child, because it's an embarrassment for this grown man to see his mama behind on the screen, on the boob tube, on the internet, on Instagram, on all the social media platforms. You want to tell me that young man wasn't embarrassed? And I know that's not the only stunt she pulled like that. Because she's wild, okay? Don't let that face fool you. That's a wild woman. Anybody who can muster enough nerve to put their whole behind, and when I say whole, I mean the whole thing. Looked like if she was trying to spread it open because she was leaning over and then you saw the behind in the mirror. You can see the crack. You can see the dark vertical lines. You know, when the butt cheeks right there in the crack, it looks dark. You saw all of that. She had on no thong. She had on no granny panties. Because she's a granny, she should have had some on. She had on none of that. All you saw was the crack of the butt cheek. And I said, Lord have mercy. I felt so bad for those grandbabies and her children at that point. I wasn't even looking at what she was doing and what she was talking about. All I was thinking of, it was, what are the grandkids saying? What is her son, Blueface, who is supposed to be this star? What are all these people saying? And the disrespect that comes with that. Because anytime a younger man see your mama's booties, okay, a big booty crack, she ain't had on no underwear. It wasn't like if she had on a thong and, things just hanging out. None of that. She was all in natural. Raw. Nasty. Looked like the Grand Canyon. That's how wide it was. I wouldn't have showed it, honey, if mine looked like that. I would have covered it up. I would have covered it up. For real. That thing looked like if, like I said before, it was a haunted house. Had me running and screaming. She had the nerve to wonder why her son come out this way. All her kids always fighting because they got to defend you, Clarissa. They got to defend all these nasty things that you do. Now, you know, if somebody says something about your booty and your son, all your sons, if they heard that, they would want to fight. You put your children in that predicament where they got to fight and go to jail. Not 100%, but a part of the problem is how Clarissa carries herself. And it's a shame, isn't it? That she can't be a grandmother. She's still trying to be 20. When her behind knows she's about 50. Look, I don't know how old she is, but I'm saying she's about 50 because she got grown kids and got grandkids, and I don't even know if she got great grands. But she looked to me as if she should have some great grands with everybody popping kids left, right, and center. And so the last thing I want to talk about is this name that this child have, Krishan Jr. Well, Krishan said she's a trend setter. No doubt she's a trend setter, but you got to watch the trend that you're setting if you think it's going to be harmful to your child. Now, Junior is a little thing. He's a baby. You don't know, what's going to happen in his future. But as an adult, you kind of want to foresee the best you can, that is, what's going to happen if you give him a woman's name. Now, Krishan is supposed to be both men and women, or boys and girls can use that name because it's kind of a unisex name. However, the fact that he's got these wide set eyes, like everybody is saying, and his features are unusual, which I don't think they're unusual because there are plenty of kids out there with the same features, okay? As a matter of fact, there's a child in my family with the same features, the wide set eyes. There ain't nothing wrong with him. He went to Cornell University and he's got a degree in engineering. By the age of 21, he had a master's. Okay, so there you go. That said, let me get back to my point here with a name. The name is going to haunt him for the rest of his life until he changes it. If he does change it. Like I said before, there's nothing wrong with the name Krishan because it's unisex. However, being that his mother is in the limelight, she's well known, that name is going to haunt him because the kids are going to say, oh, you're named after your mama. You're a girl. I can picture it. I can see the taunting that's going to go on in his life. But Krishan doesn't look at it that way. You got to be very careful the trends that you're going to set if it's going to affect your child. And he's got a lot of stuff going on, according to his grandmother, because she said she sees that there's some type of limitation, maybe neurological problem. If it's neurological, maybe that explains why he cannot stand. 6 months old, when you put them on the floor or put them in your lap, they're supposed to stand, okay? But he's not standing. That's what I'm seeing when I see the videos of Krishan putting him to stand on her lap. His legs are not strong to stand. And so Grandma said it might be neurological, the problem that he have because of the facial feature. But the name, I'm getting back to the name. This name is not going to be good for him. It would have been best for her if she didn't want to name him after the daddy, Blueface, Jonathan, or whatever he's going by. She could have taken a name that's independent of both of them. It didn't have to be her name or Blueface's name, but give the child his own identity because Krishan is such a controversial figure. And I'm afraid that when he goes to school, the kids are going to say, oh, you name after a girl. We know how mean little kids can be. Anyway, that was my last point. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching.